Good evening, family. This is Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, here to invite you to my latest masterclass. Last year, in 2020, September, we did something called the University of You. A masterclass, 4 days long, 4 modules, but it was just me. This year, we're doing something totally different because I want this to be more impactful. This year, we're doing Come to Mises. What do you mean, come to Mises? Well, it's quite simple. You've heard of having a come to Jesus moment. Well, now I'm going to teach you how to confront your darkness, your demons, your trauma, your unhealed hurt. Come to Mises. We're going to teach you how to confront all of those things that inhibit the quality of your relationships. 4 days, 4 modules. We're going to cover emotional sobriety. We're going to cover generational curses. We're even going to cover finances and how to deal with transactional love while living in a transactional society. This is going to be a haymaker of a class, of a course. I don't want you to miss it. So with that said, this is what you need to do. Go to cometomises.com, put in the code ZOLIVE21, and you're gonna get 70% off. This is one of those things you get the whole family together, you guys sit down and you watch it. It's like devotion. I remember Big Mama used to do devotion when we were young. This is like devotion, man. We're gonna introduce you guys to an African spiritualist. We're gonna introduce you guys to a couple of psychotherapists. It's a big deal. Don't miss it. cometomises.com.
Don't be this guy. Raise your drive and libido. It's time to man up with X-Wolf. Boost your testosterone levels to help decrease your body fat percentage and increase lean muscle mass gains. Boost your stamina and blood flow for those tough workouts. And these workouts also. Go to xlabsubs.com to find out more.
One more time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to do this right. The internet is choppy, but we are recording this. It is being recorded. We will upload it right after the show is over if you're experiencing technical difficulty. God damn. Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing technical Hey, we having technical difficulties, but fortunate for us, it is being recorded. All right? It's at Boost Mobile over at Dash. I keep thinking it's mine. Glad you said something. Ladies and gentlemen, it is us over here. It's our shit over here. We're fucking up. Forgive us, pardon us, but we are recording it. You will hear it, or you will see the whole show in its entirety, uninterrupted. Yes. All right? Okay. Let's get right to it. X-Wolf. I use it. I'm not too proud to beg. I'm not too proud to beg for the adrenaline boost in the third leg. You understand? I don't want a tripod or try hard. I just want goldenrod. Listen, get you some X-Wolf. This stuff works. I promise you. Get you some X-Wolf. Zoe Williams endorses this product. Tonkat Ali, Pantax. You know Panax? What is it? Panax? Ginseng? It's good for you.
Good to get the unit.
You understand? No. Also, don't forget to support. Where are my pictures? Sarah? Where are my pictures of Z Moss?
Oh, you was on X-Wolf.
There we go. Package Energy. Zoe Williams is on the Total Package Energy. Don't get it twisted. I'm on the Total Package Energy. The vitamin C, I'm taking it every day. The B12, I'm taking it every day. I'm taking it every day.
How many packets?
Look, can I tell you what I do?
Yeah, tell us.
Here go my little crazy regimen. Keep clowning. Trapdoor. you don't shut that trapdoor up, boy. This dude is a magician's assistant. Go through Hassan's mouth trapdoor. So fuck. Okay. Now what was I saying?
You was talking about your regimen.
Yeah, this is my regimen. I get a gallon of water.
Okay.
Start with a gallon of water. I open up 8 of those emergency packets. 8 to 10. That's 10,000 milligrams.
Back ass fucking hood logic.
I pour it all in that bitch, right? I pour it all in that gallon. Shake that gallon up. Now I got natural soda.
Natural soda.
Oh yeah, that bitch is carbonated up to 8, 9 packages. Okay. I drink that, then I take 5, 6 of the Total Package Energy vitamin C's. I'm up to 16,000 milligrams now of vitamin C. Hell, motherfucker, yeah. I be on that shit.
But if you taking it, you can take vitamin C without it hyping you up.
I ain't even got to this.
Oh. But that's, if you taking it from this, that's the juice. That's the
I'm doing it all. Then I take about 6 of these B12s.
Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that?
I'm trying to.
Do y'all believe that?
That's my regimen.
That's his regimen, man. Where the food at?
Listen, man.
Where your food
Listen,
at?
man, no
Where's
question.
the good food?
Sometimes I eat good, sometimes I don't.
In a Pandies?
Hey, listen, I had a fat and juicy burger yesterday.
You had what?
You know what? A fat and juicy burger? Fat and juicy right down the street. That don't be.
Lounge burger for me, buddy.
Hey, my people are saying they can't hear me. Is that true? What's going on? Let me talk to them. Can y'all hear me?
It's live, but he's still recording.
Can y'all hear me?
We are well.
No, they said it's muffled.
Thank you. Alright. Alright, here we go. Hey, black light. Okay. Alright, black light. Anyway, like I said before, hang in there, crew. We're recording this show, so it's gonna go up live. It's gonna go up after the show, so we're recording it. The stream is bad right now. We're having technical difficulties, but we are recording. H-report.news. Get over to h-report.news, the hurricane report. Why? Because that is the Black Al Jazeera. Alright? The Black Al Jazeera. This is where we get all of our news from, especially the stories that we cover here on the Zowhat Morning Show. Please support the hurricane report at h-news.com. Lighthouse, the new book, almost done. So if you haven't pre-ordered, you better pre-order now. Go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. Support. Also, don't forget to get the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship, exclusively on Amazon, and the holographic relationship. Please support all of these brands that I'm putting in front of you. There's another one that I have to promote that is very important. You know what it is. It's www.mwrfinancial.com/TSP2020. What is that? Financial Edge membership, your personal team of financial experts that use proven strategies to shift and grow your current income to create a stronger cash flow. Please sign up with these brothers. All you gotta do is text code VOR to our organization text hotline, which is area code 910-302-7149. Again, get your membership at www.mwrfinancial.com/TSP2020. Support. Kev, what do you have to promote?
Police Stop Law. Alright, Police Stop Law package. Million Johnny Cox.
Somebody said it's working now.
Work.
It's working? Is it working? Alright, good. Go ahead.
Hey, that working as soon as I start promoting my shit. See how the universe working? But Police Stop Law package. Know your rights manual, everything you need to know at a police stop. Constitutional rights card. This is what you give the police officers so that you don't have to speak to police officers when they roll up. You should never talk to police officers. If you want an example of that, I did a live police stop law class yesterday. You can check it out on my channel, the Real Nuggets channel on YouTube. So go check that out. Shows you all types of ways to be able to avoid the police, but it breaks down really how you should not talk to police, because as soon as the police walk up, they're trying to get you to incriminate yourself. That's the very first thing that they're trying to do when they walk up. So immediately, you need to shut your ass up. Every video that's being shown is literally every person incriminating themselves and giving themselves up to the police. So the very first thing when the police officer walks up, you need to tell the police officers that you don't answer questions. So this book explains how you.
Oh, really? You don't answer questions?
You don't answer questions. That's trust me, it works. They know you have the right to say that, but if you don't know, then they're just going to push on, knowing that you don't know your rights and violating your rights because they know that you won't do anything after that. So it's up to you to learn your rights. They're not going to tell you. The court tells you ignorance of the law is no excuse. So you have to get out there and learn your rights. There it is right here. Book, cards, notices, and public official bond book. This is in case they do violate your rights. You can put a lien on their police insurance, call the police officers or public officials bond, and they can't work that day. Usually when you file a lawsuit, it takes about 1 to 2 years. They can still work the whole time. If you file this, they can't work that day. This is how you get back at it immediately. And you get it all for free when you order the Great Book of Melanin Research. I need everybody to learn the law, so the Police Stop package is free as soon as you buy the hard copy. Also, we got Police Stop flashcards. So you can sit down with your kids 20 minutes a day and have them be able to learn their rights. RealNuggets.com. Check it out.
You're not taking about the damn thing.
What happened? Weed juice. So, we always need to get our health up. We're in a pandemic, so you need the vitamin C, which Zoe takes a lot of vitamin C. Highest form of vitamin C is actually kiwi. Second will be strawberries. Third will be bell pepper, just for you guys to know, just for information's sake. So, get your vitamin game up, get your minerals up, sea moss, juices. Also, mind, body, and soul. So your body is your vessel. So everybody talks about their body, but they don't take care of their body most of the time. So when you're taking care of your body, just like when you take care of your mind, you take care of your consciousness, you got to make sure you eat the right foods for that body that you have, because without that body, you're not going to be able to have a strong consciousness, or you're not going to have a great consciousness if you don't have a straight body.
I knew this nigga was side hustling.
I just asked what the fuck he was talking about.
You have to have a great body.
In order to have a great consciousness, I thought it went the other way.
Right.
I thought it was a strong consciousness, strong body.
But
it
he's
goes
not, but he is right.
together.
He is right.
It goes together.
If when you start working out, your mind is much clearer, your body feels better, your mind feels clearer.
Please help, because
get more oxygen to the brain.
Yeah, because I didn't know.
More oxygen and blood flows to the brain, so then.
So you mean like dopamine and
Yes.
all the hormones and stuff?
You guys going in a tangent, bro.
I'm just good, man.
But today we also have the Kobe drink special, the Black Mamba.
Kobe! Dr. Kobe!
Black Mamba juices.
Hey, do I have a Black Mamba?
Yeah, you got one.
Yeah.
So we got that ginger, you got that cayenne pepper, you got you got the blackberries, you got pineapple, apple, and lemon.
Kobe!
Kobe's gonna be the website.
Kobe!
WeJuice.com, make sure you use the Zowhat code so you can get your percentage off. WeJuice.com.
Cool.
Thanks for the
Shout
support
out to
all
the
the time.
Mamba.
Happy birthday, Mamba!
True Laker guy.
Yes.
Man.
We love Kobe Bryant
Yes, we do.
in these LA streets.
Yes,
We love Kobe Bryant.
Hustle and hustle.
Black Mamba.
Did everybody promote everything they had to promote?
Yeah.
Why you covering your mouth?
Oh yeah, you guys, when you order the package, you get the free alkaline cookbook. This is what y'all need.
So maybe he did this.
No, I didn't. No, because people hit me up about this. I'm giving it to you for free. So even if you hit me up and you just email me, I'll send you this because you need to be healthy. So if you order the package, you get this for free. But also if you just hit me up on the email, I'll send you this. realnuggets@gmail.com.
So let's get right into the current events. Put up that damn Hood Olympics meme. It's in the script.
They want
I
that.
didn't have one.
Read the script. You put up the picture of Kobe, it's right under that picture.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I got you. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Is it this?
Boom. You can convince.
Who is that?
That's Dr. Dapper. I don't know who Dr. Dapper is, but I saw that meme on Instagram. Pull it back up. Let's leave it up for a second. Let that shit marinate.
That's hilarious.
And
Mama
so,
juice got me sweating.
you sweating?
Black Mama juice. It's the ginger.
Ginger in that cayenne.
Well, if you got a temperature, nigga.
Then it's gonna raise you.
Hey man, can you download the temperature app on your iPhone and check yourself?
Get out of here.
Anyway, you can convince motherfuckers to do anything nowadays except invest in themselves. Kev, true or false? Is that true or false?
You say motherfuckers, I mean.
People in general.
Everybody. Talking about
people in
everybody.
I don't think that's all the way true. It may be for the most part because of the way that society is nowadays, where they have you wanting to be a brand. I'm a brand. You're a brand. You gotta get your brand right, baby. So in this time with that, I think people have that mentality of self-promotion, but I don't think that's a universal thing. I think that's more of a paradigm of the time, so type of thing.
Whatever the fuck that meant.
Yep.
Is that true or false,
And
Timmy Tight Top?
I think it's partially true.
that's what I said.
What do you mean that's what you said?
That's what I said. It's partially true.
What y'all niggas sharing ideas?
No. No. Most people are afraid to invest in themselves most of the time because they're willing to invest in others. They always buy other people's products.
That's big. Are
Yeah.
you saying
It's easier to
Other
buy somebody
people-
else's stuff instead of doing it yourself.
that's big.
It's much easier because you're not putting anything in it. You're not putting anything in the game.
So you think it's a more of a high risk investment to invest in yourself than it is to invest in somebody else that might be considered proven to you?
Yep.
That's a great angle, Timmy Tight Top. I never knew the wisdom tooth grew in the front.
Oh shit.
That's some good shit right there. So, Sarah,
Yeah.
your thoughts.
My thoughts on.
Do you think it's easier to convince? You can convince motherfuckers to do anything nowadays except invest in themselves. Timmy Tight Top brought up a very powerful point. He's basically saying it's a less risky investment to invest in someone else whom you consider to be proven.
Well, you have to. Nowadays, a lot of people think that them investing in others is investing in themselves. No, because everybody wants to be like everybody else. You feel? Am I not wrong? I don't think I'm wrong because that's what I said.
I get that.
Oh, you just didn't want to get it.
Oh, okay.
You want to argue with Sarah?
No, I get it.
Oh, okay.
Man, what you got against Sarah? She don't like that little funky ass, whatever that
You and
is,
that damn.
tuning
Do it
fork.
one more
I'm
time.
talking for. We need to get our frequency game up, homie.
The what?
Frequency. Now you no, don't do that.
You what?
The frequency.
Don't be acting like I didn't hear something else, nigga.
Yeah, you heard what he said.
The frequency, homie.
Frequency. I don't know what frequency is. But let me just say, man. Let me just say this, man. It's very disheartening to see. This is just a sign of boredom to me.
This?
You should do something. Just do anything, because at the end of the day, you have yourself to deal with. And I think a lot of people would rather walk up some wobbly ass crates and get in the Hood Olympics that don't even give medals. But do you understand what I'm saying? I just think people are bored. So where there is boredom, there is the desire to be stimulated.
True. I think that, but I also think in this Instagram, Facebook, get views. So all these challenges, remember they had the ice challenge, then they had the Taki chip, the packy chip.
You say it again? We about to say the same
The
thing.
packy chip challenge.
Yeah.
And then this challenge, and you got that challenge, and everybody want to do the challenge so they can get views on their fucking shit. So if I
But you get views for what, Kev? For most people.
for most people.
They
For
want
For
views,
false-
they want likes, they want attention.
Cloud
It's
chasing.
cloud chasing, all that, right?
Yeah.
So that much, see, when you see that, you see an empty life. This one, we saying the same thing. This is entertainment is stimulation. And the person that seeks stimulation is internally empty.
But that would mean like if we seek entertainment, we go basketball games, we watch football, people who watch they just do that for the little side thing and then they.
But it's not a
everybody
side
But
thing.
it's
watches it.
designed as a distraction, and
It is.
a distraction is escapism.
Yes.
Yes, definitely designed.
If you dealing with spiritually content motherfuckers, they tend to not want to do nothing but stay in a mental state of nirvana. Now, maybe that's too high to be earthly good. I'm just saying, this type shit here.
this is some bullshit.
But what's the difference between this and watching the game?
Doing this and watching the game, this is putting yourself in danger. This is putting yourself in danger for clout. As I'm just sitting back on there, I'm not going to lose
That's
this
putting
anymore.
yourself in
2
danger
hours.
too, though.
I'm just losing 2
That's
You
what I
have
was
an empty mind.
But it's not.
It is,
No,
though.
it's not. It depends on who's watching, who's doing the consuming. Somebody like me watching the damn game is just me watching the game. None of the shit that I'm watching is going to affect me.
I'm
just
saying
getting
that
away
that's
from
a-
all the other shit that I
okay.
got to do for 2 hours.
Okay.
Because it's
Okay.
called decompression.
Okay. I get that.
There's a balance to life. There's you go and you go and you go and then you decompress. Because if you keep going, then you will fucking explode. So then there's
Well, there's
this,
a-
and then
well,
you decompress.
so you-
That's what
okay,
vacations
right,
are for.
right.
Well,
That's
Ken,
what-
I challenge you on this.
Okay.
I agree, there is a balance to life, but to a limit. I say there's a balance to a life that hasn't reached a certain level of consciousness. That life needs balance. Motherfuckers at a different level of consciousness, where that shit at with the, Sarah, look this shit up if you can.
Which one?
Motherfucking goddamn monks. There's a monk who's still in his body.
Huh?
Motherfucker he's not dead.
Okay.
But the motherfucker is like petrified in his body. He's in the motherfucker is in a lotus position. He's been meditating. They say he's dead, but the body hasn't decomposed yet.
Wait. I think I had that before.
That little motherfucker.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, there's a certain level of consciousness where doing shit is part of the problem. Do you see what I'm saying? The motherfucking football game is the crates at a certain level of consciousness. That motherfucker who is locked in his body because he won't. Listen, he locked in his body because he wanna be, not because he have to be, because he wanna be. Right? That motherfucker said, you know what? The rest of the world need these chants and prayers so I can counterbalance some shit. I'm gonna stay in this body for another 200-300 years just for you. That's another level of consciousness. And to his level of consciousness, there's no difference from walking up a stack of crates and running a football into an end zone.
But that's an extreme. That nigga is the extreme of high consciousness. No, most people ain't walking around with that level of consciousness. What I'm saying
I
is,
agree.
People who still have a high level of consciousness can consume this stuff and be like, all right, this is just some bullshit.
But you
I'm
saying
about to
some, but you
and
saying
do my thing.
some.
But
And
Kev,
some people can. They get
Right.
caught up. They literally have their whole lives wrapped around it.
But
with
right.
fantasy football and they have their own leagues, their own fantasy.
but let me ask you this,
all of that
Kev.
shit.
Not just
Is
that.
consuming this shit equivalent to consuming a Big Mac?
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I'm not gonna disagree with that.
Okay then.
But a Big Mac every now and then ain't gonna kill you.
But should you be fucking with a Big Mac at all?
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it ain't gonna hurt you.
So it's cool that I went and got a Big Mac late last night.
If you don't have another Big Mac, if you don't have another Big Mac for 2 months, yeah, it's fine. It's
6
perfectly
months.
fine. 6 months. Yeah, yes, you can, in moderation. Anything is fine. Everything is fine in moderation.
Okay, I don't know
No
about that. I don't
extremes.
know about that.
No
what you
extremes.
said. But okay, I'll deal with you. I'll go with it. I don't think everything's fine in moderation, by the way, but okay.
Anything
All
in
I'm
moderation.
saying is, well, ask yourself a question. Should spirituality be in moderation?
No, you should never put your vibration that low.
What is your definition of spirituality?
Yeah.
Nirvana, self-actualization,
Yeah.
self-realization,
Yeah.
samadhi.
But that's an everyday thing. When you reach a certain level of consciousness, that doesn't, you're not separated from that. Everything that you do involves your consciousness. So
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
separated from it.
No,
Like if
no.
I'm
But-
watching,
but-
like the example, when me and you used to go crazy and watch basketball when Kobe was playing, and we go in these
I was
we go in
acting
these astrology books.
Yeah.
And so we're watching the game, but we're doing higher shit. We're breaking down astrology.
Right.
And going back, breaking down the energies and how the
I
movements
remember
of the
that.
planet. So it's a different thing when me and you watching it than when some other nigga just sitting down and just want to watch Kobe dunk on a nigga.
But
It's a
also,
totally different thing.
Kev, let's just be 1,000. If we go back to those days,
Nigga, we was
nigga,
doing that though every
wait,
morning. Hey, we
wait.
get out the card book.
Well,
Hey,
Kev,
these niggas, what card they in
I
today?
think you're proving my point because we were fanatics.
Hey, so?
And we weren't just fanatics.
What it-
And we weren't just fanatics for the Lakers. We were fanatics for USC football.
Football.
We was wildin'.
What?
And we was using some spiritual
We was
principles.
learning astrology
to
though.
try to
I ain't
gauge-
gonna take your assessment on that. We was learning higher consciousness.
And Derek Fisher is in the motherfucking three of spades, nigga.
But you would call me though. He'd be like, hey nigga, what's the cards look like tonight? He'd be like, oh okay, what's the rundown? We got boom boom boom, Derek's here. Boom, boom. Nigga, we were learning. Come on. It depends on who was doing the learning.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Listen.
The mics are hot.
The mics are hot.
Yeah, when they laugh.
Okay, so we gotta turn the mics.
Some people say they can't hear.
Well,
And I
I
guess
just
some
heard
of
mine.
that-
I'm going by what I.
All right, so we good? Are we good? Let's
We're
just
good.
get it
We're
right.
good.
Hey, Marcus Q, thank you, man. We gonna get it right. Dragon Naga.
I'm listening.
Is you really a dragon Naga? Testing 1 1 1. Testing 1 1 1 1. All right, so now that that's covered,
So
what were we talking about?
Yeah, the crate. The
crate.
They talk about the busting of the heads. They busting their backs.
Crates.
Some fool broke his back. Did that use?
I don't think nobody broke
No,
it.
he
I just
showed me
knew,
he was
I
in the hospital.
just saw it somebody.
His actual back is broken?
I don't.
When he went down, his middle of his back hit the crate and he folded backwards like this over the crate.
Wow. Okay, I don't want to see that.
No.
See, I don't like seeing stuff
I don't know if that's really
that'll
good,
get
though.
lodged in
Right.
my consciousness. So let me recap this point about the crates. And it's equivalent to me is NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. Now you can degree it out and say, well, to a lesser degree. But I believe it's the same shit, and it's all designed to keep you distracted and bring some stimulation to your mundane, mediocre, average life. You can convince a motherfucker to do anything nowadays except invest in themselves. Spiritual training is a self-investment. Okay, now, while all this is happening in hoods around America, FDA approves first COVID vaccine. Approval signifies key achievement for public health. August 23rd, 2021. Today, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the first COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine has been known as the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine and will be marketed as Comirnaty.
Huh?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what Comirnaty means. I don't know what that means. For the prevention of COVID disease in individuals 16 of age and older. The vaccine also includes or continues to be available under emergency use authorization. That is the EUA. Now understand, that allowed this particular version of this vaccine to be pushed out before they got FDA approved. So it's available including individuals 12 through 15 years of age, and for the administration of the third dose in certain immunocompromised individuals. Immunocompromised means your immune system has been compromised. Sorry. Immunocompromised. That was sounding like TCT. What the fuck? This vaccine is a milestone as we continue to battle the COVID-19 pandemic. While this and other vaccines have met the FDA's rigorous scientific standards for emergency use authorization, as the first FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine, the public can be very confident that this vaccine meets the high standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality the FDA requires for an approved product. Does the FDA make it safer for you to stab and jab yourself? Does it make it better so we
Then, oh my bad.
They gonna put somebody like me in position to sign off on a new drug.
They put somebody like you in position all the time to sign off on a new drug, like them. They just
But no,
like you.
what he means is like, so yeah, they'll take.
Yeah,
people from-
translate.
So people from the corporations, they interchange back and forth through government positions. So people from these vaccine companies.
But would you
drug
say those
companies-
people are well placed?
Yes.
They're not just haphazard.
No.
Hassan is
No.
in there tomorrow.
No.
And somebody
No.
comes to Hassan and goes, hey, here's $5 million.
Oh no. Yeah, they are definitely well.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck Hassan
Oh, yeah.
talking
Dude, they human.
Like, I give you an example, like
They're not- okay,
Monsanto,
sorry.
like Monsanto.
Yeah.
The board of Monsanto, they were all former senators and Congress people.
See, so that makes sense.
So there you go.
My bad, but the politicians are people to be trusted. Sorry.
What'd you say?
Politicians are people to be trusted, right?
No.
Senators and stuff.
No one believes that you should trust.
What the fuck kind of point is Hassan making?
Saying that they can be.
somebody like that.
I'm sorry. They can be swayed, right?
We know that.
Wow.
What is this?
Sorry. I must have missed something.
Clearly, nigga, you missing the two.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like, the brain cells you need to understand this conversation is in that tube. You left it under your pillow at the house. What the fuck? Alright.
Yeah.
Well, while that's going on, this too is going on. Moderna. You know that name, right? To start first human trials of the mRNA HIV vaccine.
Huh?
Huh? What?
They've already started the first human trial.
Moderna is set to start
HIV.
human trials
Of HIV.
for its experimental mRNA HIV vaccine as early as Thursday.
But they already have a cure for
But watch this. The first time such a trial has been conducted. The big picture. There's a pressing need for new ways to prevent infection from viruses like HIV and influenza. So you mean, hold on. So you mean COVID jump-started the HIV vaccine fight, which has been going on for over 40 years.
But you get okay, see but
And influenza. They've been studying and testing influenza vaccines for over 80 years. Okay, the big picture. There's a pressing need for new ways to prevent infection from viruses like HIV and influenza that conventional vaccines have struggled to address and to treat rare genetic diseases and cancers that kill millions each year. The real question is, do you want to keep millions alive? See, that's the real question. Are you really in the business of keeping millions of people alive? Wouldn't that be a contradiction to what Elon Musk and the rest of these uber billionaires are saying when they say we need what? A world pay system? What do they call that system? To be able to pay everybody? The universal, what is it? It is universal basic income, UBI. Basically, there aren't enough jobs for the amount of people on planet Earth. We're at 8 billion people right now. We're about to cross over the 10 billion threshold. There's no way any economy in the world can produce 10 billion jobs.
then you still can't find nobody to help you at Walmart.
Boom. So now they're going to produce UBI, which is a universal basic income. Universal basic income is the same as welfare.
What's the name they gave you for your for the COVID, your COVID check. That's what that is.
Oh.
Do you see? Now look, when a motherfucker says there's a pressing need for new ways to prevent infection from viruses like HIV and influenza that conventional vaccines have struggled to address, and to treat rare genetic diseases and cancers that kills millions each year, vaccines and therapies based on messenger RNA, mRNA, hold promise as a solution. The real question is, do they really want to keep motherfuckers alive when they can't employ motherfuckers? And if you can't employ people, can you feed them? Do you see? So you're going to create a vaccine to save lives when you can't employ the lives you're saving, and you can't feed the lives you're saving. So wouldn't it make, I'm just saying, in an evil, sinister kind of way, wouldn't it make more sense to create crackination to kill people so you can free up some resources?
Or sterilize you because it's legally, they can legally sterilize you. It's by getting court ruling, Supreme Court ruling, they can legally sterilize you niggas in America.
I don't think everybody know HIV vaccine. You know what I'm saying?
So the reason what this is though,
But this is a logical justification to say you need it. Because look, if you live in an ethical world, a world that is centered on ethics, a world that is grounded in spirituality, and they say, look, we put some scientists together on the spiritual plane, on a spiritual level, to create a vaccine to protect you guys, because we all like unprotected sex.
Or you
It's a
cannot
wonderful
have
thing that
Yeah.
we don't want to
Don't think-
deprive
don't think it's not
humans
going.
from.
Don't think
No,
it's not
but what
going.
I'm saying, just follow the line of thought, and then I'll come back to it. Like, if it was a spiritually ethical movement to say, hey, fucking raw can't be taken away from the human existence.
Shouldn't be.
So, we've got a group of scientists working to create something. Right? They create a vaccine. I think more people would be willing to take it if it was created from that consciousness level. But these are motherfuckers who say humans are lab rats, humans are useless eaters, and there's too many of these motherfuckers here. So when you got the mentality of the elite that's like that, creating the vaccine that's supposed to save your life, would you trust them? Sarah, your thoughts?
Or you cannot have a dick in your ass. How about that one? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that doesn't
That's
make
the alternative. That's
sense.
the
Like,
alternative.
because
So you telling me HIV is created from some type of man gravy? I don't know.
I think that majority of people that are infected with HIV happen to be homosexual people and stuff like that. Check the data. It is what it is. At the same time, I think this vaccination was targeted towards minorities. This vaccination gonna be targeted for the homosexual, LGBTQ, all of them, the letters. It's gonna be targeted towards them.
Alphabet soup?
Yeah, it's gonna get them.
Well, this back this.
Wow,
This,
that is an interesting perspective. So the other one was targeted for African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
This one might be targeted for the other loud group.
Yeah, because the thing is that it affected the African Americans with the sugar, and now they're getting the ones that's a little sweet.
TBE Trucking says the sound is off. TBE Trucking, thank you for the notification. Could it be you?
Yeah, because it's all the audio's over here. There's no.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to address. So I'm just saying, to me that's weird, right? So mRNA, messenger RNA, HIV vaccine, which first appeared as a COVID vaccination.
So what this is remember it's supposed to be. They don't call it necessarily even a vaccine. They call it technology, a new technology.
Yeah, I see.
So that's
Oh, yeah.
It's not classified as that. So with this again, what it does is it takes it mimics the virus, the protein spikes on the virus instead of the actual viral load, and it injects you with the protein spikes, excuse me, so that your body recognizes the protein spikes, which is what the virus uses to lock into your cell. So that's the very first connection that a virus has with your body, when the protein spike locks into your cell. So this is supposed to train your body to recognize that protein spike and then create antibodies to it. So they're saying that this, since it's new technology, you know, we've only used this for COVID. So, or supposedly. Now we're gonna apply this to, now we can use this for, you know, for HIV and, you know, all down the line. Again, though, it's experimental, it's still technology.
Well, that's what they're saying right here. To participate in the trial, participants have to be between the ages of 18 and 50 and not diagnosed with HIV. Moderna says it's looking for 56 participants, and you ain't got to be HIV.
Because they're gonna give it to you.
What?
They're gonna inject HIV protein spikes into your body. That's what's gonna happen. That's what that is.
Here's the other part of it. What they're saying, even as we have shown that our mRNA-based vaccine can prevent COVID-19.
Really?
What? Hold on. Because there's a section here that's called "What They're Saying."
Right. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to dissect this. What they're saying, even as we have shown that our mRNA-based vaccine can prevent COVID-19, this has encouraged us to pursue more ambitious development programs within our prophylactic vaccines modality, said Moderna CEO Stephanie Bancel in January, when the company announced the vaccine per clinical trials.
You don't own that company. Bill Gates owns that damn company. Fucking bullshit.
Sure does.
Bill Gates owns Moderna.
I'm just saying.
This is some bullshit. Here they are.
Invest in Moderna, please.
And it's coming down the line. And again, what is it for? mRNA can be programmed. All DNA and mRNA is just a program, a message, information that your body decodes and makes sense and executes the information. So when you have RNA, they can program this with anything, even DNA. I've said this before. They put Bitcoin on DNA. Not only Bitcoin, but picture files and all kind of shit. And they sent it out to, they gave the task of decoding the DNA, and some computer student, some Asian computer student, he found it and won Bitcoin. So if they can encode that, what can they can also encode it with anything else. And so most people don't even know that RNA can lie dormant in your body. Sometimes you have your cells are actually bound with some type of viral RNA, sometimes just lying dormant where it just doesn't do anything, because you get viruses every single day passing throughout your body. So this mRNA can lie dormant, and then eventually in a year, 2 years, or whatever, start to do whatever it's programmed to do.
Say, speaking of the Hood Olympics, Jessica Alves, I guess that's how you say their name, Jessica Alves, travels to Brazil to become first known trans woman to have a womb transplant. See, this is the same as climbing up a stack of crates, of milk crates. See, let me tell you something.
You got a tabloid though?
Can I just be honest with you? No, this is a whole movement happening right now. Can I just be honest with you? As human beings that live on a planet that's covered in 3/4 of water, we live in an aquarium. All you got to do is have an aquarium in your house and look at them fish go back and forth. You be thinking, this got to be a horrible fucking life. In the ocean, you swim a little different, right? But here in my living room, you do it.
Back and forth, shoot.
These motherfuckers be pacing and be pissed off because a motherfucker out at the football game. Y'all saw homeboy put the motherfucking monkey doulos on somebody. That white lady shouldn't have never put her hands on him. Her husband got salmonella. Her husband got straight salmonella. Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
Salmonex.
He got salmonella. Do. Salmonella.
He got NyQuil.
So again, we're living in a world that big ups escapism. You a dude and you escaped into a female. I identify as a female. Okay, then you're a female. I mean, not to me. I'm just from a different generation. Not to me. If you don't have that upside down pyramid meat pocket, well, some of them do now.
Huh?
Yeah.
What you mean?
I know I do.
That
They
little
put
meat
some wigs
change
too.
purse.
What?
What you mean?
Oh,
The womb. If you don't have a real womb,
Yeah.
They can create them.
for some people,
Are
now
they
this is what's
Are
happening.
they creating periods?
But no, they're trying. They haven't succeeded.
Are they still in people?
They haven't succeeded in doing this. They did it. They tried to do it one time, and it kind of worked for a minute. It was a melanated.
No. I have another story. Updated story. Hold on. Jessica Alves travels to Brazil to become first known trans woman to have a womb transplant. Jessica Alves has said she has traveled to Brazil in her bid to become the first known transgender woman to have a womb transplant. This is updated as of August 20th, 2021. She has revealed that she went down there to get that. She's the celebrity Big Brother star. She's 38 years old. She shared her hope that she would be able to get pregnant after undergoing the 30,000 pound transplant. 30,000 pounds money, euro. 30,000 euros.
Was euros or pounds?
It's euros. Yeah. It is possible that Jessica could fall pregnant through intravenous if she decided to go through the transplant.
That is not, that, you can't do that.
That's not gonna work.
It's not
It
gonna
ain't
work.
gonna work.
No, they can't
It's
back
not
him.
gonna work.
She can't.
God done left the building. God's like, what?
It's not gonna
Yeah.
work. They've been trying. They had a small success with a melanated person's womb.
Marco Smith, we know the pound ain't the euro. It's the euro.
Right.
At first I said it was the pound,
Right.
which is silver.
And then he corrected it.
Then I corrected myself. God damn. Marco! Hey, Marco!
Polo.
Marco!
Polo.
Marco!
Are they
Sarah!
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so that's why this was the theory of why a whole lot of melanated girls and women were coming up missing, because they were doing experiments on their wombs, because the melanated womb was the one that they had a small success with in that experiment. They tried a whole lot to do it. They had a small success with a melanated person's womb. But so then all these melanated sisters start coming up missing in America, pretty much around the world. But you seen that
Because
whole
I think if you're gonna start with a womb, a uterus, anything inside a woman, it's gotta be a sister.
Gotta be.
It's gotta be a sister.
Has to be.
Because that's the mother of
Yeah.
all living.
Has to be.
Now, what would this mother be the mother of?
Oh, fuck.
Freddy Krueger.
I think
This ain't disrespecting. Is this? Could we expect life to come? I'm asking a real serious question, Sarah. You're a woman.
Yeah.
Could we expect
Somebody gonna
life to come out of that?
No, because what is it connected to?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you know what I'm
Like,
saying? Like
You ever seen that
there's
movie?
nothing to feed it. You have no natural thing to feed this. What are you gonna feed? You gonna feed them the fake titties?
You ever see
You
that
gonna
movie
feed them the, what are you doing?
in the 80s called It Lives, where this woman tried to get some artificial inseminated or whatever, and whatever they inseminated her with was some like genetically fucked up shit, and the baby came out, it was like a monster baby killing everybody and this shit. They be running all around the room and jumping on niggas' necks.
or even on some pet cemetery type
Right.
shit.
they can to a woman so she can get somebody pregnant.
She can
You know, that's not gonna happen. My body is not gonna produce
The
what it is.
universe is right. The universe, you don't have that universal energy that produces
Exactly.
that. You're not gonna recreate that in a lab.
Exactly. Your Saturn it's always gonna be a handicap, my brother.
You're not gonna recreate
You always
that.
gonna need assistance. You got emotional
just
support
think-
then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just confused. Like, to me, this is all an escape. And I would say, let me just do this. In all fairness, I would say this is an escape to some degree.
What this here? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
because
Absolutely.
that's the tree of life, but there are actual pictures. That's an actual placenta, right? Yeah, actual placenta. But I'm saying is a different view of it, that you see the veins in it and it looks like a tree.
Oh, you already found a lot.
Yes. And this is why I say something banal with this situation right here. You remember that story we showed y'all of that little white boy
Yeah, that transit.
that came back and said he was
Right.
I believe reincarnation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came back, remembered his life as a black woman who died in an apartment.
Yep.
They took him back
Yep.
to that goddamn apartment.
Yep.
So I believe some of this is real. Like,
They
in
might
a
have
past
been-
life,
they might have been a woman.
you
Yeah.
might have been a woman.
Absolutely.
But you're a man in this
Right.
life
Right.
with a purpose. And I'm not
Right.
saying your purpose is not to become the woman you used to be. What I'm saying is you have to find out what that purpose is now.
Why did you
There it is.
manifest?
Look at the tree of life.
Why did you manifest in the divine masculine in this life? You're supposed to learn something from this school. In the divine masculine school in this life. Everything is a school. You were in the divine feminine, the past life.
Now you're in the divine masculine. So maybe there was a glitch in the matrix that caused you to remember, when in actuality, most people don't remember previous lives.
Right.
You pick a particular incarnation to get a particular experience in that particular incarnation. You needed that. In another life, you was an Aries.
Yep.
But in this life, you might be a Pisces because
Right.
you needed
Exactly.
the balance of the two experiences, the beginning and the end, in order. You might have mastered all the other 10, but you needed to come back these next 2.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep. You gotta get that down. That's your algebra or your that's that hard ass class that you just can't seem to pass.
Hey,
What kind of life did they have that Jessica had before?
I don't know.
Just
Oh God. Some of the pictures of this cat is what in the Sam hell? That ain't
Maybe
this-
he was
this
born
right.
saying
I
he was
can't-
a weird ass white lady.
He might have been. Maybe he was Zsa Zsa Gabor in another life. I can't find the pictures, but shit. I'm just saying, man, like, this is a weird time. And we gave a spiritual explanation of reincarnation and remembering past lives as a different gender.
Right.
But we also gave the explanation of mediocrity and boredom and the search for stimulation in this reality. I'm bored. What are we doing? Where are we going? Hey, let's try some different shit. And then, you know,
Let's go over here.
Let's go get a woman.
you get what I'm saying? Let's play a game, face ass. So that's weird, right? Okay. Here's the other piece to that story. Jeez. Billings woman has healthy baby boy after groundbreaking uterus transplant surgery. Jake Jonakovich and his wife Chelsea next story. The same. Now, you doing God's work. And you can say some people will be more in agreement with this story because they say, hey, they gave her the opportunity to give birth, right? So now let me ask you this ultimate question that ties it all together. If you constantly crossing the lines of God,
Oh Lord.
you don't have to believe in God. I'm just saying, this is just, if you constantly making decisions that really fundamentally cross these kind of barriers, then isn't it all right to say this particular surgery is only available for women that were born as genetic women?
Right.
Isn't that a fair question? You already crossing lines. So couldn't you just say, and for all those trans people who want to be women and have kids, this ain't for you because genetically
You don't have the plumbing.
you were born this way. Now, we can cosmetically change you externally, right? We can change you externally. If we can take your swipe and give you a meat purse. We can do that.
Right.
We can give you breasts. We can augment your face. We can change. We can even shave your motherfucking voice box down. But one thing we can't do
Right.
Can't do.
is give you a uterus.
Yeah.
That's for this type of woman. Somebody who was born an actual woman.
Yep.
Can we make that moral decision
No.
without it being considered discrimination?
No.
You can actually use Honda parts to fix the Lexus, but you can't. But you
You
can't.
can use Honda parts to fix the Lexus.
But the motherfucker still won't. Ain't gonna function right. It's still gonna be a little different. Okay. There's certain parts you can't put on. My plunger does not work. Outside. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that the plumbing that gon'.
Yeah,
She's already a woman, though. You're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, she already had certain plumbing and pipes that they were able to hook that up to. A male doesn't have those. They don't have that.
So it was like moving into an apartment and you saw the washer and dryer jack already there.
They already have it.
Put that shit. Ain't no jacks in the middle.
Exactly. Thank you. That's a great message.
Exactly.
Ain't no jacks in the
Exactly.
middle.
What if you can do that? You don't need the jack. You can just put that wound in there, and that creates life.
It's
No,
not-
I think you said it right because you left out the M. You put that wound in there.
It's not but it's not the same as putting a window unit.
A woman,
In your apartment.
a
It's
woman
not.
has different things in her, spiritually, chemically, all these things that create, that all combine to create this special thing we call life. And a man,
Oh, that's a great question, Kev. Can a baby be created without the spirit of a woman?
Oh.
But
You came back as a dude. You got the spirit of a dude on you now. That's just what we need the spirit of a woman
Yes.
to bring forth a baby.
Yes.
Is that a fair question?
yes, that's a great question.
That is a good.
exactly gonna look like Tilda now.
But
If you may be feminine, that doesn't mean you're the divine feminine. You call yourself feminine, doesn't mean you're the divine feminine. You can't the baby
Because
name without
because
the
there
divine
is a
feminine.
feminine aspect
Yes.
in men.
Right.
yes.
And they go hand in. That's
Right.
great.
Can you create life without the divine feminine?
Can you create life without the presence of the divine feminine?
Because you know what? You know what that remind me of?
But hold up.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Go.
No, because somebody can cook the same thing my mother made, but my mother's cooking always gonna taste better because of the love in which she puts in her food.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it just you can have
That's that intangible shit.
exactly. That's that stank on.
But another thing, the divine feminine could be a man as well, if you didn't know that.
Here we go. Here we
It
go.
can be. Because if you guys know anything about the twin flames, and the twin flame unit, twin flames really about relationship, the balance of male and female.
Get your pot.
It's your boy.
Listen, I'm being honest. When the divine thing is called twin flames, and the twin flames, a male can be a divine feminine. It can be that way.
What?
The divine masculine is the divine masculine,
And the divine feminine is the divine feminine.
It's not in the divine twin. If you guys have you guys researched twin flames at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so in
Who do you
twin
think
flames,
you're talking to in here, man?
Right.
We've been studying this for 30-some years.
Because you're saying something different to me.
Right.
So just go ahead and keep saying
that's
it.
what I've been hearing. A woman said the woman can be a
Two
masculine.
facts.
Oh, shut up.
Go, what?
A woman
Two facts.
can.
Not correct facts, but two facts.
Two facts. Bicuspid knowledge.
And okay, so let me make an example. So in the twin flame duality, there's a part of the twin flame runner, which is always supposed to be the divine masculine. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But a woman could be the runner, okay, in that relationship. That's why I say that. A woman could be the runner, which is the more divine masculine energy.
What it is she's more in tune with her masculine
Right,
side.
right.
But she is the divine feminine. I mean, that's how she incarnated. Now in Ifa, they have something called the Iami, which is the divine mother, the divine feminine. They eat the word Ia is often
Yes.
used for priest,
Yes.
priestess,
That's right.
but it can also mean divine, you know. And then you have me, which is mom or mother or umi,
Yeah.
right? The Muslim would say mother as umi, right? Amma, the Hindu may say amma instead of umi. Iami is the divine feminine, and sometimes they call them witches because women have the power of manifestation on a
Yes.
soul level.
Yes. They are the manifestation principle.
Well, somebody said even Jesus needed a mother.
Oh, okay, all right. So
No, that's it. I was.
what I'm saying is that divine feminine inside what we have labeled or identified as a trans person today?
They probably believe it is.
Because I don't know, there's no way we could experience
Right.
their experience.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
What's the difference between somebody saying they were born in the wrong body?
Dr.
And-
Dre, no, I'm not. I'm making it quite clear. I'm making it quite clear. Now, you might not agree because of whatever dogmatic, concretized belief system you live in, but I'm making it quite clear. You have divine masculine and feminine pre-existent in both men and women. Men have a feminine side as they have a masculine side.
Right.
And that's on different layers of existence. What do I mean by layers or planes or realms of existence? You have vibration, you have frequency, you have energy, you have physicality, you have emotionality, you have mentality, and you have spirituality. These are different planes of existence, bro. And yes, on the physical plane, you will get masculine
right.
and feminine. You see that in the split of the brain. You have the masculine side of the brain, which is the logical, reasonable, intellectual left side, and then you have the illogical, non-reasonable right side. Before, just from man thought alone, man was like, that side is the dumb side. Talking about the right side. That part has no place in the world.
If you were left-handed, you were vilified.
They thought that was stupid.
At some point. But before that, left-handed people were actually considered higher.
Elevated because
elevated.
they tapped into
Yeah,
the divine
exactly.
feminine, which was created.
Yes.
Left is controlled by the right, right is controlled by the left.
Yes.
Left is logical, linear. Right is non-linear, spiritual. So, again, boy still have the soul of the life that he once lived?
But I would say that would mean your soul is dual. If you manifest as either or, then you would have a dual spirit. And you would bring that to whatever manifestation that you come into. So, some people may attach themselves to that past incarnation, that past energy, and not want to let it go.
So they might still be attached to the identity
Right.
of who they used to be.
Right.
And this life might be a way of getting past that struggle
Exactly.
so you can become what you're
Right.
supposed to be here and now.
Like in astrology, you have your north node and your south node in astrology. Your north node is, excuse me, where you're supposed to be focused on in this life, the lessons you're supposed to be learning in this life. Your south node is what you were in a past life. That's your energy. So, like, if your south node was Pisces and you're a Leo in this life, you were actually a Pisces in your last life. So, but most people actually have a tendency to go more towards their south node because you feel more comfortable in that energy because you came from that, and they shy away from their north node, the point of what they're supposed to be learning in this life. And so it's kind of the same thing when I feel when a woman or a dude manifests and he believes that he's a woman, they're still holding on to that past energy and not ready to understand and learn what they need to learn in this life. Kind of just goes hand in hand. Astrology, all this stuff is just energy. It's how it plays out as energy.
Somebody said something very important in the chat room. Golden Biscuit Love says souls are genderless. You have to have a biology to be born a female in order to tap into that creation and woman's intuition. That's interesting, but you can be a soul and remember your past life as a gender.
Yes.
So I don't think we are saying that the soul has a gender. I think we're saying the soul has a memory.
Yeah.
And you can tap into that memory. I think that's what we're talking about. Sarah?
I just think that it will go to the saying of people that they were born that way or born again that way. Like when people like saying that, like a lot of gay people are saying that they were born like that. It's like you're actually kind of helping their cause by talking about
But see, here's the goofy weird part about being born a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no way to prove that.
Right.
So it's not like being gay is like being chosen as the Dalai Lama. See, when you chosen as the Dalai Lama, there is a motherfucking ceremony from your, that you just can't say you the Dalai Lama, dog. We got to find out who you are and where you're from.
Right.
So they put all them old ass toys from your past life. You got 13 past lives. You say, hey, this brush was mine.
Yep.
This motherfucking toy horse was mine. This necklace was mine. And those monks are sitting there, this motherfucker ain't picked shit from the Dalai Lama.
Right.
This
This nigga on some bullshit.
Get that motherfucker out. This motherfucker ain't the real one.
Put this nigga in the kitchen.
We thought this was Dalai Lama. He asking for nachos.
Last night he was a Mexican conquistador.
Oh, my camera.
Spanish conquistador, right?
He was a conquistador.
So I'm just saying, they have a way of testing if you the Dalai Lama or not.
Yeah.
So for somebody that says, I'm this and I was born this way, we don't really have a way to prove. I wish there was a spiritual way like they do when they choose the Lama.
Well, you remember Mike's girl Stephanie, her best friend Daniel, the house that we went to there. We went to Daniel's house. He had that little party one time, and we had some wine. You remember BU and BU Stephanie and Pure. You remember that night we were all there at Daniel's house? You don't remember that? But so Daniel was my ex-girl's best friend. He was gay. He said he was born that way, and we were like, "You were born that way." So we had this little argument. Like, I don't think you were born that way. But he said that when the first
like they don't have saliva control, and there's like a lot of sticky. You know how oatmeal, when you put the sugar in it, and the sugar get them little strings?
Yeah.
Some people got them strings of saliva in their mouth. They got an oatmeal mouth, and I don't like kissing people.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But that's apparently, according to him, you know, he was disgusted by it from the very first time of his interaction with food. He was disgusted. So
Somebody just said that too. Mouth tastes like bologna.
you know,
Is it fried bologna?
I ain't never got that
Listen,
experience.
I'm telling you, nigga, there's motherfuckers with
bologna
bologna mouth for sure.
Never gotten that experience.
No, I think
There was a
this is
girl
so good,
who
though. I
was
love it.
beautiful back in the day. That motherfucker had the bologna mouth.
Oh my
She was
God.
gorgeous.
Oscar Mayer,
I think I was at Marshall. I never went to Marshall High School. I used to just ditch and go there. But I think I was there to visit. And some girl gave me a kiss, and when I tell you, she had the Oscar Mayer mouth.
My bologna as a first name.
Oh, no. That's a real situation.
Does that mean her breath stinks?
No. I can eat a bologna sandwich.
It has a certain consistency.
But I can't kiss a girl whose mouth is warm, moist, wet bologna. Now keep in mind some of the mythologies in our community. One of the mythologies is this: white people smell like bologna. And dogs.
Or wet dogs. That's the other misconception. Or concept.
So think how you put the dog bologna dichotomy together when you kissing somebody.
Oh my God.
Am I kissing white supremacy? What? I can't.
Well, first of all, they have to wipe the corners of their mouth all the time. You know the ones that have the white stuff on the side? I used to have a PE teacher that looked like Michael Bolton, and she was definitely one there. She always used to, she always had that shit on the side of her mouth.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have really good mouth hygiene.
No, they don't. They
So
don't brush their
kissing-
tongues.
They don't drink enough water. That's
And then I'm a germaphobe.
Me too.
So if I know your mouth game crazy, I know
The
you
Heisman?
have.
You did the Heisman?
No, I just know she's applied Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hour rule. Anything you've done for 10,000 hours makes you an expert. So if you got crazy mouth game, that means
You've been kissing for
there is a whole line of dicks
Right,
that
so
have
you-
been practiced on. So I look at your mouth funny. I just be like, hey, she got the 10,000 hour rule mouth.
What you funny boy?
Some people like that. Me, I be like, that's the 10,000 hour mouth.
It's the not brushing y'all tongue. Brush y'all tongues, goddammit. Shit. Your tongue holds all the bacteria. Brush that motherfucker.
Especially if you get the ones who really freaky
Oh.
and like to do real freaky shit.
What?
And they doing the real freaky shit because yes, they want your response, but they really doing it because it gets them off.
The gaggers?
No, hey, there's some women that are beyond gay.
What happened?
So I get right to the 10,000 hour rule. When you start,
You ain't talking about vegetables. Vegetable tossing. Tossing in the vegetables.
how much time have you invested in your prowess?
You a salad eater.
Anyway, let's
Like groceries.
yeah.
Like Whole Foods.
The grocery. The girls that be on the grocery.
On the grocery. Okay.
Go to the
Stay with
grocery.
the old Instacart mouth.
This.
The Instacart now.
There you go. Instacart
You
now.
get your Walmart greener mouth ass out here. Well,
Welcome.
welcome.
Oh my God.
Fucking crazy. No, but this is real. When there's too much sexual prowess, you know good and well got hours invested. And where there are hours invested, there's a lot of motherfuckers that, okay, everybody's special. You mean ain't everybody special? Everybody get the
Taste of yours.
everybody get the full treatment. Rachel Dolezal launches OnlyFans page for foot pics and squats.
Huh?
Yeah.
She's dipping her toes into the water of OnlyFans. Infamous race faker Rachel Dolezal announced her new hustle, selling foot photos on the NSFW content subscription service. I got approved, link in bio, the 43-year-old who is notorious for being white but pretending to be black. Caption, what's the difference between Rachel
And a
and
transgender
the
person.
dude going down to get a, okay.
What is the right?
I'm just saying, these are the times,
You can
right?
identify with being anything else, but not racially identified. You can't. You can't do.
She
racial
got
identity.
called out for it. You white! This person was the president of the NAACP. Okay, now, she went to HBC.
Right.
The former president of Spokane, Washington's National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP chapter, went on to announce selling benign content, just of her foot. She'll begin sharing content on September 1st. Promises weekly posts. Sprinkled in, with $12, and it's gonna cost $12 a month. She's currently offering subscriptions 40% off, or just $3 a month right now for the first 30 days.
Oh, she running specials.
Foot special, pick it up.
Pick it up.
My toes not putting it special.
Okay.
She might got some fine feet.
And guess
She
what?
has to do something like that.
And guess what? She late in the game.
Cause they about to, yeah.
That's my next story. OnlyFans, according to Variety, OnlyFans will begin banning pornography. What y'all gonna do now? Bobby? I don't know. But whatsoever it is, it's got to be broken. What y'all gonna do now, nigga?
All you chicks who was these young mad hustling, buying houses and shit off of OnlyFans. I mean, houses.
Hey, but you can't blame the chicks, you gotta blame the tricks.
No, hey, for real.
Old goofy niggas. Put that fucking crate shit back up. That crate meme. Put that. You can convince motherfuckers to do anything nowadays except invest in themselves.
Man.
They will invest in a fantasy. You know you ain't gonna never fuck this girl. But
Yeah.
because she done moved the strip club to online, you get to be in your own little fantasy fuck world.
Power
You
line.
in your strong ass forearm get to wrestle intimately with yourself.
Strong ass forearm.
Now what you gonna do without your virtual VIP room, nigga?
Okay. Champagne room.
With the champagne room is your motherfucking little dinette set. You done fucked off. Can't nobody eat in the kitchen because the floor's sticky. Nigga, you done fucked through that.
Oh, the pancake batter.
Oh,
Women are
man.
getting crazy pay. I mean, making hundreds of thousands of dollars over this shit. Sometimes per month.
Now it's back to Forever 21.
Hey, man, this is a weird time, dog.
There's a dude who does on his TikTok, he got a famous TikTok where he walks up to people's nice houses and knock on the door and say, "Man, you got a nice house. What do you do for a living?" So he went to Miami and started doing this shit. He found like 3 houses he knocked on. They was all OnlyFans chicks. They had nice cribs.
Listen.
They was like, "What do you do for a living?" "Oh, I got OnlyFans."
Listen, all you gotta do is go downtown LA. It's the new culture of LA, high-rise condos. That's who live there.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, which has amassed a base of more than 130 million users, largely for adult-oriented subscription fan pages, announces that it sexually explicit content this fall, October 1st. The UK-based company said it's making the changes to comply with the request of our banking partners and payout providers in a statement provided directly to Variety. Effective August 1st, 2021, OnlyFans will prohibit the protesting or the posting of any content containing sexually explicit conduct. The company said in a statement, in order to ensure the long-term sustainability of the platform and to continue to host an exclusive community of creators and fans, we must evolve our content deadlines. They did you hoes like Fox did Martin.
Man.
Okay.
Yep. Use it to get big.
We gonna use y'all to get big, and then once we big, take your stanky thong ass out of here.
Martin and the living color. Blue to hell. Man,
But
Martin
they
Martin
said
did nothing like that.
they said originally they had OnlyFans to have other content, but
Yeah, people started doing it. Yeah, they took it over. They
So
created
it
it to
was
be
like
like
it was only
Patreon. It was supposed to be like
OnlyFans
Patreon, actually. And then people just started posting that shit on there. And then it became that.
I mean, but that's just like saying BET, we just gonna have a few black people on it first.
That's like saying,
But
what?
yeah,
Wait, that's
BET,
like,
we just gonna have a few black people on it first. Then once we get all the niggas, then we just gonna surprise them with white folks. You know, it don't make sense.
but no.
It's just like McDonald's saying, oh, you know what, we gonna go the healthy route now. This is not
But,
gonna happen.
but it's not, because it wasn't called Only Hoes at the beginning. It's called Only Fans. It's, like, it's for fans who are fans of creators.
And this is
content
not
creators.
about shaming sex workers.
Yeah, shout out to Figueroa.
But this is the problem with our community.
OnlyFans.
You spend so much time. Remember, Malcolm Gladwell, get the book Outliers. Whatever you put 10,000 hours into, you become a professional. And then you want to ask a motherfucker about his choices. You chose to put 10,000 hours of effort into your booty, into your twerk game. Now, whatever floats your boat, maybe twerking is more interesting than quantum mechanics, right? Okay.
I can see that on some scale.
I can see that. You know, maybe twerking, maybe having the perfect ass clap, the sound that it makes. Like when you
Man.
practice to the point when you get your ass clap sound like real hands, sound like Roger Troutman beat. Now you get your ass to do that. Now that
Hey, I want to meet a girl who can do a clap that slow with a booty, nigga. That's the
slow clap.
Oh my god, that is slow.
I want to see that one.
Now I'm just saying, like, again, man, this is an escape-based world. Let me get the fuck away. If you just a regular dude, no disrespect to the regular dudes out there, you just a regular dude. OnlyFans is like Ray's Boom Boom Room.
But this is the thing. So last week we were talking about regular pictures are at the top. So regular dudes.
Oh, Arabs.
No, I'm just saying. It's the regular dude that, you know, keep these women afloat, because you gotta remember, these are the fantasy women.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a big girl, she make a whole bunch of money, and then they just watch her, they pay to watch her eat.
Say what?
It's just
Oh yeah, that's right. They
shit.
do some shit like that. They do crazy shit like that.
They watch her eat and shit like that, and she has special.
Put the other meaning back up. Keep telling us
That's
about
crazy.
this shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's a big girl. She makes all kind of money, and she's saying her highest clientele is white men that will pay
Watch her eat.
top dollar to watch her eat,
No.
and they pay her extra to spit.
So that's the name of this show. The name of this show is motherfuckers, MFS, will invest into anything other than themselves. Cause if a motherfucker making $1 million, say a year, off of motherfuckers watching them eat,
Man.
imagine how boring your life must be.
To watch somebody everybody eat.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch you eat. I ain't got shit else to do. And you know what? This is surprisingly relaxing.
I was just about to say that. Some people, they make these videos of just
AMSR.
watching people do shit, and they just sit back and it's relaxing to them. I'm like, what the fuck? Why the fuck are you just sitting back watching a nigga just do his job?
Somebody said
Like
the
this-
world is a ghetto on steroids.
Man,
John
that's
Irving
right.
Jr. Hey, can everybody hit the like button? We got a lot of people in this chat room right now, and we would appreciate it if you all just took the time and hit the like button. This channel appreciates everybody who shows its support in its various forms. Hitting the like button is one way to show your support. A lot of people, or a few people I should say, have hit the super chat. That's another way. We would appreciate everybody to hit the chat, the super chat. Imad Al-Kubati, thank you, brother, for your super chat. A few other people have done it. I want to make sure that I give you guys a personal shout out. Rogish, the build monger. How in the hell are the likes so low? Brother, thank you for hitting the like button, brother. We appreciate it. I believe that a lot of people are being paid to keep this channel small.
Yes, shadow man.
I believe people are being paid because the content is crazy. The pedigree is already locked in. We've been doing this shit since 2012. I believe there is a concerted effort to keep this channel marginalized. For over 6 months, we've been hovering just underneath 70,000 subscribers. And not all of the subscribers get the notifications. And then on
Right.
top of that, the number of haters is so high that
Yeah.
you would think we would have 1 million views
Right.
a week. And I think the haters are paid. I think the haters are agents.
They were talking about, there was a lot of consciousness creators who were talking about melanated conscious creators. They were saying that there's the algorithm are excluding channels like ours.
Oh, I believe it.
And so most of them have been saying the same thing. Like there's one channel called Urban X that features these brothers, Black Dot and Malcolm. They went at 50,000 subscribers for like a whole year. Like almost. Like how the hell? How you have 50,000 subscribers
Yes.
for a whole goddamn year?
Yes.
When 1,500 people be in their live streams.
Yes. and this is why I'm gonna say it to you guys again. Our success or failure is predicated on the real ones that support us. Fam V, Yongosi, thank you. The real ones that support Kev. Because there are people that support Kev and me. Right? There are people who support me and then go over and get Kev stuff. So I'm saying we survive based on the real ones that really believe in the work that we're doing, that really support the shows and the projects and the books and all of that stuff. So I thank everybody who part ways with their twos and fews, even if it's just hitting the like button. We appreciate everybody. This channel is more informative than entertaining. Niggas prefer entertainment over information. Well, considering that I say that in almost every show, good brother Tunes, I appreciate you saying it. Because that is a mantra that I have. This whole show is based on this. We talking about all the fuck shit that's going on in the world. We gave the analogy that the world is an aquarium. And motherfuckers is trying to change the water in the aquarium into something that doesn't sustain life.
Jello.
We talked about this, man. So with that going on, our own people is still invested in tearing down, disrespecting, disregarding, marginalizing, denigrating. Our own people are involved in this activity. And while that's going on, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick falsely claims African Americans who have not been vaccinated are driving COVID, driving the surge up, driving the numbers up. And this is an elected official.
He's trash.
All the niggas.
system that, the powers that be, right? He represents the powers that be. He got a whole bunch of resources at his back, right? He's supported by a system that is inherently racist, right? Now, he got enough power to get up there and say some egregiously racist shit and really not be worried about any consequences because he's back. But while he's doing that, niggas who are not together, who are disaggregated, broken down, are somewhere killing each other. There's a whole hood war going on right now in this neighborhood right now. I ain't gonna speak on the particulars. There's a whole hood situation going on right now. One of the OGs told me about it 2 weeks ago. And shit been hot. I said I wasn't gonna speak on it like that.
Thanks a lot.
That camp, camp is slippery slope. That motherfucker will slip some shit out. But it's some real shit happening. So while he's making an argument that can only be defended by a collective, we killing each other, we making diss videos, we talking shit about each other, we doing all the shit that breaks us down as a people. There is no collective power. There is no collective cooperation. Do you understand what I'm saying? What there is power in talking shit to each other. Pimps do it. Rappers do it. Boxers do it. Gang members do it.
Doing so long, the dozens and snapping.
Nigga, that's what it is.
Bagging. Roasting.
Somebody said, haven't y'all been? Somebody said it's hotter than fish grease out there. And for real. No, it's another level out here. Right around where this studio is. I ain't gonna say where we at. But it's hotter than monkey fish grease. This is monkey somewhere cooking up red snapple, my nigga. This shit hot. But again, you want to be entertained because you want to escape. Is music an escape? You know what one of my great escapes was back in the days, but they took it off BET? BET Uncut.
Baby,
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to love that.
Let me tell you something, man. That motherfucker remote control was sticky than a motherfucker, boy. That remote control felt like Manuka honey on that bitch, boy. But I had to grow up and recognize that, hey man, I can only escape for so long. Then I'm faced with the responsibility of being responsible.
Right.
It's gonna hit you eventually. And when have you been entertained enough? Like at what point you go, okay, you know, I thought Marvel had way more movies than they actually have. Once you get Disney Plus, and you gotta pay for that bitch every month, you recognize you bitches ain't got a lot of movies. It's like 15, 20 movies. I done seen them all.
You mean Marvel movies?
Just the Marvel movies.
Okay,
You're like, I done seen all these bitches.
Right.
More than once.
Right.
Then you know what really fuck you up? Star Wars. You click on the Star Wars shit, you go, I thought it was like 35 Star Wars. No, nigga. Like 7, 8, 9, maybe 12, different offshoots.
Then you got the Clone Wars and Rebels, and that shit's real good.
But I'm saying, you start to, listen, once I realized 100 songs is not a lot of songs.
Right.
You know how I realized that? Buying a dumbass device called the iPod.
Mm-hmm.
I got an iPod, that bitch had 500 megabytes on it.
Yep.
You can get maybe 100 songs on that bitch. 100 songs go by, you say, God damn, I just heard this shit 10 minutes ago. The 100 songs ain't shit. You start realizing, like, hey, the walls of what entertained me is closing the fuck in. I need more space.
Right.
Then you start getting shit. 500 gigs, not 500 megabytes. 500 gigs. Shit, I gotta pay $100 for that. Well, $100 for 500 gigs of space was the $100 this old
Is that what you got?
iPad cost.
Nigga, I got 34 gigs, nigga.
But do you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to expand outward with more and more space in order, and then you, as the numbers of your songs go, the amount of songs that go up in your collection, you still find it's really not that much. You got walls to this shit, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that tip drill, who was that? No, that was Nelly. The tip drill uncut video was fire, where he slid the card down.
Oh, real booty?
She was there for that. I heard maybe there was some type of issue with that.
Oh, word?
Misogyny, or maybe somebody suing, I don't know. That Ludacris, make love to me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the name of the song. What was that shit? I think
Fantasy.
it
It was Fantasy.
Both of them got the
Yeah.
yeah, whatever the fuck that
Is
was.
it fantasy?
Make love to me.
Mm-hmm.
That shit
Yeah, I remember
fire, boy.
It was with
Man.
Tony beat.
Those were some motherfucking, hey, those were some good times. Yeah, BT Uncut. Oh, it's called Pussy Poppin'. Why is a woman giving me the name of the
What's the song that
This song called Pussy
Y'all
Poppin'?
got something that
No, it's Waterfalls.
too.
Waterfalls is the name of that thing.
Somebody says Splash Waterfalls. Hey,
Yeah,
that's
that's
shit
what it
fire.
is.
But again, your whole life is predicated on entertainment and escapism.
Yeah, true.
And while that's happening, a governor in Texas somewhere say you niggas are the reason this shit is certain. Right? Now, of course, the Washington Post reported it and said falsely claimed. But is it falsely? Because when COVID first hit, did they not say it was because of the poor, impoverished people that they are being hit the hardest? And if we're being hit the hardest, we are transmitting the hardest. Okay.
But we were being hit the hardest because they were letting people die in those hospitals.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's always a narrative that points to us as the blame. Bill Gates' wife was just saying what? Oh, they need to be the first people to be vaccinated because there's a priority to get them right.
There is a priority.
So, Melinda?
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's what she said. They gotta get vaccinated first. The priority is them.
Because they've been marginalized so long, so we're gonna look after them.
No, it's just they became Bob Barker. Be sure to keep your pets spayed and neutered. And that's what they did.
She became
That's
Bob
Bob
Barker from The Price is Right.
He did
Be
say that
sure
every
to
time.
spade and neuter your pets.
He said that
There's
every
too many
time.
strays out here.
Wow. Sarah with the home run. If you Mark Aguirre, bam! Shit. But she's right.
Y'all don't get it, man. They've been talking about this for the longest. And again, y'all don't realize it is legal for them to do that, to sterilize you. I hate
But they
to
don't
bring
give a
y'all
fuck
this
about
news.
laws. These white people don't give a fuck about laws. Don't give a fuck.
No, but I mean, the fact that you can't, you have no legal repercussion behind it is just they can
No,
do it.
but
and
this is
then-
where I agree with you, Kev. This is where I agree with you. They don't give a fuck about laws because they don't have a formidable opponent. if niggas was organized and working together,
Yes.
then they would have a formidable opponent.
Yes.
Then they would have to be like, hey, we need to orchestrate, we need to figure some
Yes.
shit out. There is no formidable opponent.
There's no organized niggas who running the. Well, I'm building that right now. That's literally what I'm building right now. But yeah, you're right. That's why they would kill somebody like Johnny Cochran, the nigga, the smartest lawyer in all of America, a nigga who was an activist.
But look what they're also doing. This is the coldest pressure ever. This pressure is, you want to eat?
Come on.
So you want to organize. But I'm going to ask you a fundamental question, nigga. This is white supremacy talking, nigga. I'm going to ask you a fundamental question, nigga.
What's that?
You want to eat?
How's your week?
You saw the movie Black Messiah? You saw how that smug
yeah.
white FBI agent
Oh, yeah.
was
That
talking
some
to
good
brother?
shit. Yep. Oh my God.
What the fuck you gonna do?
Yep. Yep.
I can change the whole situation.
Yep.
What the fuck you gonna do?
Yep. You can't do shit.
You trying to tell me that mentality isn't pervasive in our community today? See, this show covers current events, but it has a through line. The through line really is, what the fuck you gonna do? You put more energy and effort into tumbling off of milk crates. You don't give a fuck. Nigga, you know how fun it is to fall and bust my ass
Right.
off of an 8-foot milk crate mountain, nigga? You know what kind of life I'm living right now, nigga? This summer was lit, nigga. The summer of milk crates, my nigga.
Summer of
The
milk
fuck
crates.
is wrong with you, nigga? We changed the game with the milk crate Olympics, my nigga. Sha'Carri didn't run well, nigga, so we created a sport, my nigga.
Okay.
Did you just say Sha'Carri?
Sha'Carri, what's her name?
Sha'Carri.
Is it right?
Is it Sha'Carri? Whatever it is, it's an amalgamation of something.
Right.
It runs slow because she was slow.
Nah.
We saw Sha'Carri's last race.
Dude, but she, no, but the
Yeah.
circumstances.
No, you're a track guy.
You just ran against somebody who ran in the Olympics, though.
But she's in the Olympics.
But she didn't. But no, she had a month off. She's had a month off.
That don't mean nothing.
She's had a month. It
That
does
don't
mean
mean
something, dude. As a dude, if I'm boxing, if I'm boxing a dude, if I take 2 weeks off of boxing,
Oh, you mean like
and I get a dude
So
who's
that means
been
you
boxing
should be
for the
fresh.
whole month.
You should be
so
fresh.
wait,
You know,
so
look
Kev,
at it.
you mean like Manny Pacquiao hadn't fought since 2019 and got the monkey
Got
paws
the
put on.
monkey.
Exactly.
Got the monkey.
But that's a long time. That's
But
that's
you
that's a
lose.
long
But-
time.
but wait, Floyd was off for 2 years.
And those type of things. That's why.
Floyd was off for 2 years and went in against Marquez and beat the Kool-Aid out of Marquez.
It's about you, man. Your desire.
But he was.
gonna
But he.
get blown
What
out
you talking about?
regardless.
When I'm saying when you're off. When I'm saying off for 2 weeks, he not doing anything. When he fought Marquez, he trained for 3 months, 4 months. He fight Marquez. He just going there cold on Marquez.
So no, that
he
means
trained
the
for
Floyd is
4 months.
always prepared.
Yeah.
You don't think the homegirl was training and stuff? Because you still have to train. You have to
No,
train.
I don't think she.
You don't think
I
she
don't.
was
No,
training?
I don't think she was trained.
Yes, she was. She was
I-
training.
No,
How you know?
Because I'm a track runner.
But
Most
you-
track runners.
but we
still
don't know
He
train.
does run track now. The motherfucker went to school.
Right.
And the motherfucker ran track.
She don't she don't show up with them
What I'm
girls
saying,
not
though,
training.
but dude, this is. I ain't say she didn't train at all. What I'm saying is her training might have been for a week and a half to 2 weeks, where those girls were running in the Olympic. They were at Olympic top shape. You understand? Olympic top
So
shape.
Kev,
They
your
just
argument
ran.
is she wasn't quite ready to compete against
So
them.
you're
Right.
saying
They were
Somebody
in
at the
peak
top,
form.
right?
She
and
wasn't
was
in,
not.
in peak
She
form.
Right.
ran. She just ran. Guess what? She was.
Because her top time
Hold
was
on,
like
hold on.
10-7.
Hold on, hold on.
She did come in
Hold on,
last.
hold on,
Her top time is
hold on,
10-7.
hold on. Her
Not
top
11.
time is actually 10-6.
10-6.
But listen,
Oh, excuse me.
she wasn't in top form, right? Because she lost. But she came in butt fucking naked last.
Okay,
She
okay,
ain't
But
compete.
she's still dealing with her mama death. She's still dealing with motherfucking the
And
you
so
know,
why she
being
talking
vilified
shit
in the
then?
public. She's still dealing
So
with
why she
all this
talking
other
shit
shit,
then?
nigga. Along with that.
But that's the question.
Why she talking shit then?
Why is she talking?
And
Cause
why
she
did
Aries.
And
And
why
she
did
don't talk shit. Nigga, she an Aries. Nigga, that's what we do,
And
nigga.
why did she
We gonna talk shit.
Why
That's
didn't she,
right.
why didn't she humble herself when she lost then?
Huh? Why did she what?
Humble herself.
Because in Aries, nigga, if you beat in Aries, we gonna say it, nigga.
But I think the
If you
most,
smack me up now, nigga,
I think the
give
closest
me next time, nigga.
comparison, though,
Do it again.
What'd you say,
The
Sarah?
closest comparison-
Wait, let's hear Sarah's thought
I
here.
think the closest comparison is that you know how, like, if a team in the NBA Finals, they sweep the team and then the other team goes to Game 7? You know what I'm saying? When you get to the next, when the first game of that next series, somebody gonna get the fuck blown out. Somebody get blown out. Even if they good or not, they gonna get blown the fuck out. Because you done rested all this damn time, but they hot now. This season, I just came off an adrenaline high of me just beating a 7-game series. Of course, I'm gonna beat the brakes off you because you still eating popcorn watching me.
Right.
But what about decorum and professionalism?
Yes. The professionalism.
She don't care about that.
I'm asking, like, is there a place for that?
She Aries, nigga.
Hold on.
I'm just letting you know.
What did I
We
tell
don't
you?
give a
I
fuck.
know some areas that are very professional.
Yeah, but nigga, I'm saying, you know, as an Aries deep down, he don't give a fuck.
We better.
Aries don't give a fuck. That's our thing.
Based on
He
her
don't
not
give a
giving
shit.
a fuck.
Nigga,
Based on her not
So
giving
if
a
you
fuck.
say she's not giving a fuck, you validate the opinion of, then everybody gets to go in on it.
Yes.
Because if you don't give a fuck,
I didn't say
we
nobody
don't give a
I
fuck.
didn't say nobody had the right. I didn't say nobody had the right not to go in on her. All I'm saying is just the reason that she lost. I ain't saying that you don't got the right to talk shit. 'Cause
She
was
first of
talking
all,
shit.
she had no reason to lose like that.
Well,
She didn't compete. She had no real reason.
But what's the nigga? There is a reason that you don't compete. If my shoulders hurt, I don't compete as well.
Hey,
if my shoulders
had no
not.
reason.
Hey,
If my knees hurt, I don't
hey,
run as fast as
all
somebody
jokes
else.
aside, all jokes aside. Well, this is kind of. Just hearing her talk after it was over. It reminded me of a classic Martin Lawrence comedy sketch when he was talking about the boxing.
yes.
I'm going here, I got the best left jab in the jab. Then after, what had happened was I knew the jab I had told you about.
What happened to that? What happened to the damn?
I'm just saying, man, like,
No, that's real shit. But I'm just.
I want her.
She
Listen.
ain't gonna stop talking shit. She is an
She
Aries.
needs
She
to-
gonna talk shit to the day she dies.
Which is cool.
It's not gonna
I'm
happen.
gonna say,
Which is
you
cool.
know what
Let
happened?
me just say this. I believe where there is greatness in sports, there's also a level of spiritual maturity. Because to be great all the time requires
You're right.
you to quiet the inside down. Right? All the greats in every sport knew how to quiet out, just block out the rest of the world and
Right.
be in this zone kind of
Yep.
space. Kobe, Jordan, Tiger,
Yeah.
Bird.
What's his name? Just said what's Michael Jai White? So Tyrone Woodley, if y'all don't know, he's a mixed martial artist, UFC fighter. He's getting ready to fight the YouTube dude Jake Paul. And so they were in this interview, he was asked if he thought Jake Paul had a chance against Tyrone Woodley. Tyrone Woodley is one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time.
No, he's a problem.
But he's Aries though, see? And so so this was his take on it, Michael Jai White. He's like, he's super smart. And he said, so I don't know if he's gonna win against Jake because it depends on where his mind is when he enters the ring. And so, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, he can get in there and totally quiet himself and be right. It depends on if he's there, if he's in the ring, when he's doing that, Jake Paul got a chance. And he said, but if he's not, if he's all over, like I know him sometimes to be, when he be fucking around, he be thinking about all these things, and he's like this great thinker when he thinks about the world and all this type of shit. He said, if you get in that type of mind state, he can get his ass beat. So again, it's your mentality. You're right. At the top level, you can quiet.
But that's why I would offer to the sister, it's like all of this bombastic, loud, and your hair can be loud. But yeah, she's 21, and we give her that. We give her credit, for making it this far at that age, right? But that Jamaican sister that be having the loud colored hair, she don't speak loud.
No.
So, and I'm not saying, I'm not saying sister girl gotta be like her. I want her to be herself, but I want her to be an elevated version of herself. Not for my sake, but for her sake. And I agree with the position of damn what everybody think. But when you start studying the greats, Michael Jackson said this shit. He said, study the greats, remain humble, and become greater.
He told that to Kobe.
That's what he told Kobe Bryant, right? So you would think Michael or Kobe and Michael ain't got nothing in common.
Right.
But Michael said, hey man, study the greats, stay humble, and become greater. So I'm offering that to the sister, not as some kind of unwanted big brother or just because I know there's a whirlwind of negativity coming her way. I'm saying quiet down.
But see,
Outside
why you got all this negativity?
and inside. Because oftentimes, but what I'm saying is oftentimes when motherfuckers got the loudest mouth, they tend to get that. And you know, and I'm gonna tell you what, this ain't the last time you're gonna see it. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back in and get a nice tub, and then I'll be ready for the next race in 35 minutes. Let me explain something to you. This ain't shit. I'm gonna be here for a long time. I'm coming for you. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. Like,
Oh, but
we coming for you, nigga.
Everybody was talking about it.
may I offer a little devil's advocate?
Yes.
Okay, because you're crazy. But nobody kind of like checked for Tiffany Haddish when she came out first, and she was out on the scene, and everybody was saying she was all hood and ghetto and stuff like that. But look at her now; she's more refined, her being in the industry more. This girl knew she fresh to the scene. You know what I'm saying? Some people got it.
You didn't hear it.
She'll learn.
No, but I'm just saying, like, but everybody's like really like bad on her, but she is a product also of her generation.
It is.
But also, she as an Aries, all that shit talking is gonna make her go work her ass off.
And I believe
She gonna get the ass next
She
time.
gonna shut
She
motherfuckers
ain't
up.
got no start, dude. That's what the problem was. She seen those girls get out, and she realized she wasn't gonna catch their ass. That was her straight.
as a guy who ran track, talk to us about her not having a start. What the fuck does that mean?
That means
She ain't got no start.
That's what the problem was.
that means when she races elite athletes, she ain't gonna be able to come back.
Leech?
Athlete.
That's the new time.
That's
the new time.
When she races Jillian Frazier and Elaine Thompson, people are on the top game. If she doesn't get out,
Yeah, she has no shot. She has no chance. She has no chance.
she can't. She has no start. So that means the lead runner's gonna be up here, and she's gonna have to try to catch them. That you can see it when she was running. She couldn't hit another gear and stuff. She couldn't catch them.
But some people do have another gear and
She-
hit that on that straightaway.
But once you race people who are faster than you,
Somebody said that means she's slow to get out of the blocks.
yeah, she's slow to get out the blocks. She's slow, and she popped straight up when she got out the block. She popped straight up, boom, she started running backwards. You can look at it.
This motherfucker know his shit, boy. Let me tell you something. Nothing make me happier than to see his son talk that shit when he know his shit. He not the greatest articulations. He don't have the greatest articulation skill. But when that motherfucker knows something, he gives some good shit.
Okay, the truth of life.
She is a great athlete.
The tough average.
She got to leech off of others in order to be athletic. I don't know.
By the way, I knew she was gonna get blown out by all three of them.
But them Jamaican girls ain't no joke.
And they just
They
in the
top.
Olympics. They just
They
do.
top
That's like
of their
saying, hey,
game.
I'm playing the niggas who just won the championship last week, and my basketball team been off of one. You gonna get your ass beat. It's like it was inevitable.
So, Kev, do you think she would have beat them or had a better chance of beating
I
them?
just think she would have had a better showing had she been training. Them
Well,
Olympic chicks.
But what
they
about
out
the
there.
technical shit that Hassan pointed out in her style?
Right.
She came up too soon. She's
But
she's bad out the
she
box.
doesn't do that every time. When she hit that 10-6, time.
Yeah, she did. She does the same thing all the time. She don't have a start. She has to come back on everybody. The difference in this time, she didn't have any acceleration at all. None. She had no movement.
Was she
No
smoking
movement.
weed?
But I think she just felt under pressure and
So she has comeback. Then what happened to her comeback? Then
if
she said she always
had
has
a comeback. She had no movement. That's what I'm saying. She had no movement. Her movement was dead. Boom. You can look at it.
A setback is a setup for a comeback. You understand? I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna run my best. Next time, let I'm on 21. I'm gonna do my thing. I got Nike behind me. People, you understand? This is just one race. Ain't nothing wrong with one.
I was in
one
the
race.
Kanye video. She was in the Kanye West video too.
What she?
Yeah.
She doing all kind of shit. Focus on your goddamn running. Shit.
Hey man, listen. I love all sisters. I love that little sister. I love them Jamaican sisters.
Oh man, they off the chain.
You know, no argument I
Them
made
Jamaican sisters already dead.
on love and sisters. Well, let me tell you something. When I get my jam back together.
They already dead.
So I want to show you guys something. Right? This is the closest to some real shit I done seen in reference to ancient Egypt. Dutch photographer reveals modern image of Egyptian King Akhenaten and Queen Nefertiti.
Wow.
I ain't never seen white folk tell truths like this.
I think I seen
Wow.
them on Slauson.
Right, these motherfuckers live around the corner.
Yeah.
Now, this is very interesting. Using artificial intelligence, Dutch photographer, I can't pronounce his last name, Uterwijik, Uterwijk, Uterwijik, Vas Uterwijik, uterus chick. Released on Friday, modern images of the Egyptian king Akhenaten, Amenhotep IV, and Queen Nefertiti. The pictures with which Uterwijik posted on his Twitter page are based on old carvings and engravings that portrayed the two. The artist said in his post, "I don't claim to be a scientist. The historical portraits I make are based on artwork mostly made during the period of my subjects." It's pretty interesting. With AI, I filter out the sculpting styles of ancient portraiture and guide it to a credible outcome. This artist is famous for using a GAN, generative adversarial network. I don't know. Adversarial network. I don't know what that is. Generative adversarial network to convert old paintings of public figures and famous people into photographs. A GAN is what it's called. Generative adversarial network to convert old paintings of public figures and famous people into photographs. He had previously converted one. This is very interesting. Let me ask, do you guys believe this is real? Do you guys? I'm saying this is. Can you pull up some older pictures of, or can you pull up some of the pictures of Nefertiti and Akhenaten? Because they have busts and statues of them still.
Well, that picture is fine as hell. That's a dope picture. That's what she looks like.
You know what I think? I think this might. I mean, this is the blackest I've ever seen.
Seen her?
Either one of them. This is the blackest I've ever seen them portray, right?
Yeah.
Especially by white folk.
Right.
But I don't think this looks like them. See,
From the carvings and stuff that they
Yes.
have. No, they don't.
you know why I say that? You know why I say that? Because oftentimes around the 18th dynasty, the facial features of Akhenaten, his daughters, his wife. They oftentimes say, oh, well, they had a stylistic version of art that was aggrandized, that was, exaggerated. So although these people look black, she looked blackish-chanish. She looked Blasian.
She look Ethiopian. Yes.
I done seen some Ethiopians.
Just like that.
You don't see Malaysian.
No, I see Ethiopian.
I understand what you're talking about.
She looked like Tiger Woods.
She ain't no combination, no. She looks Ethiopian, though, to me.
You just saying that because of the bald face.
She looked like Shorty from
Yeah,
Rush Hour
I say that
3.
because the ball, yeah. Looks like a monk to you, nigga, but no.
She looked like a Shaolin monk. She looked like an airbender, dog, from the air temple. Come on, man. Something off.
The
The
Los Angeles County,
Asiatics.
the Los Angeles County Museum had they have the Egyptian, where they do an Egyptian, display, usually like every so often, every year or every other year. It'll last like 6 months. So back in the day, they had Akhenaten and Nefertiti and all these different statues and tablets, that was down there. So when you went in there was this big statue of Akhenaten. Didn't look nothing like that. Big ass statue of Akhenaten. It didn't look shit like that.
That's what and Nefertiti.
No, yeah, Nefertiti didn't look. It kind of looks like that because the tablet of Nefertiti. So what happened was we went in there. It was a group of us, like 10 of us. We went in there, and it was on the wall, and I started looking at it real close, and my face got so close to it, my nose almost touched it. I was like, "Why? Nobody's saying nothing to me. I can't touch this." So I just reached out and started grabbing that motherfucker. I started feeling it and shit, started touching it, and so Jamal was with me. Jamal was with me, so I called Jamal. I was like, "Hey, Maul, nigga, when you touch this shit?" Jamal was like, "What?" So he came over, we started.
Just like a fucking Aries, just breaking the rules.
We started waiting, nigga. We started filling that shit up, and then the security guard, this little lady, she was like, "No, no!" She started screaming from across the room. She's like, "You cannot touch the objects. You cannot touch the." So
But you did.
Oh hell yeah! But wait, nigga.
7,000-year-old artifact. This nigga over here like,
yeah, it's my ancestors. But it didn't. There was no sign that said you couldn't touch them, no. And so when all this commotion happened, they got the manager. That nigga came out. He sent her ass home, apologized to us, gave us free tickets to come back again, and said, "Yeah, y'all need to go around and do what you want." So yeah.
Somebody said Akhenaten looked like Tay Diggs.
He does. Damn.
But that's what I'm saying.
Damn.
I believe because artists, it's the artist's job to push their art like on some imaginative shit. And I think some of that
That ain't
well,
what I saw.
we know that bust right
Yeah.
there is not
Nah.
the bust on the left is the Europeanized
Thank you.
right,
Yeah,
version.
I'll check.
of
I'll
Nefertiti.
That's not what was on the tablet.
That's not what's on the tablet.
Okay, and I'll find
There,
it.
now see,
That's the statue I saw.
Now, those two
that's
different
the statue.
statues.
That's the statue that was in the Los Angeles County
let me
Museum.
just say those two different people right
Yep.
there.
That is the statue that I saw.
Those are two different people. Let me tell you something. Let me just say those two different people.
Yeah, them big, they are. Absolutely.
Can you move it to the side a little bit around Kevin? Yeah, because there we go. That's two different folk.
Yep.
Now, different nose, different mouth.
Different mouth altogether.
That's different chin.
Yep.
Those two different folk. Now, this is why I say, oftentimes they try to say that the artisans of the 18th dynasty, they exaggerated the person's look. No, I tend to believe that them damn pharaohs, if they wanted a bust of them,
Right.
that shit had to look like them.
Right. Because that's bullshit because I took my homie Micah went with us and he looked just like that. He looked just like Akhenaten.
Yeah, and we
Right
know
next to-
brothers that look
Just
like,
like that.
Akhenaten.
Yep. Micah stood next to that statue and he looked just like it.
Shout out to my homeboy Najee. He looked just like him.
saying that? White people have no business fucking translating black culture. Now they've been doing it this whole
Yeah,
time, and
right.
they call it history.
Right.
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at it, they saying, no, it don't look the same.
No, I don't.
Move it. Alright, we got some shit here.
Oh. Are you gonna do my story
What's your story?
about the Belgian lady?
Yeah, let's pull it up. Sarah, tell us about the story.
Okay, this wonderful story right here is about a white woman was banned from the Belgian zoo for having an affair with the chimpanzees. Very interesting story. So she would go to the zoo every single day that it was open, because when she first started going, she saw that this one chimp, they were making eye contact. She would blow the chimp kisses. After a couple of days and stuff like that, he started, blowing kisses back to her. The security at the zoo was getting very frustrated because they saw how the woman and the chimp were interacting with each other, and he was coming closer and closer to the glass. They would, touch glass together and everything. And then after 4 years, they banned the lady from coming to the zoo. She was very disturbed, came back with the press because she didn't understand why. And the zoo said it was because the chimp, it was for the safety of the chimp, because none of the other chimps fucked with him no more. They was
You fuck with that white woman.
you fuck with the human. And they said that because they didn't fuck with him no more. The chimp would have to wait until she came back because he was off to the side because they ain't want to fuck with him. They ain't play with him. They ain't do nothing.
That's some bullshit.
And so she was like trying to sue the zoo too, trying to come back. And this is the lady.
And these are, listen, and these are the motherfuckers that are your politicians, that write your laws, that are the hierarchy of the world.
Exactly.
Having a full-on relationship with a monkey.
You mean the same people that you talk about in the FDA and stuff like that?
Same people.
A Karen fell in love with a chimp.
Yeah.
She caught feelings.
Feelings.
Maybe they were together in the past life.
What?
Dude, y'all heard about Oliver?
Monkey got
Oliver?
he got formed. He must have been a murderer. That might have been Hitler.
But y'all heard of Oliver the Humanzi? That motherfucking chimp from 1950s who they like there's a human in this motherfucker. That nigga used to sit back, smoke cigarettes and shit, be chilling.
Wait, tell Sarah to pull him up. What's his name?
His name is Oliver the Humanzi. Pull that motherfucker up. And this nigga, he used to stay with this woman, and he tried to have sex. He tried to fuck the woman a gang of times, so she had to give it away. Like he was.
Hey, look. You see that expression on that chimp? That same expression be on 99% of niggas' faces when they in a long-term relationship. They be looking.
That's what he was. That was Oliver the Human. Look at
Yo,
him.
that nigga look different.
Nigga, thank you. That's what they said. He was a motherfucking human. He would sit back, smoke cigarettes and shit. Be chilling, trying to fuck women. he tried to fuck his own, the woman who was taking care of him, like a gang of times. Like tried to mount her. I was like, yo, what's happening?
Some of that white meat.
Somebody said the chimp is here.
Oh, the chimp.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Chimp is here.
That's Oliver right there.
Yeah, there he goes.
This nigga standing like,
Nigga,
what's
Oliver, go
happening?
look at the documentary they got on that
Like he
nigga.
just
Look at
got
the
out.
footage. They got footage of this nigga. He is a motherfucker. That's a dude. There's a man in there. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers is crazy.
That nigga's insane.
I just think this is a weird time, man. And more than ever, we need togetherness. Cause I just be looking around. Okay, I got stories. I'm sorry. I'll do one more. Story.
Okay.
Let's get away from the monkey love. Okay, Tyrese, according to the griot, Tyrese says he was so ashamed of his dark skin
I do, but it's out of the frame here. I got you. Go ahead.
He said I had never felt a piece of handsome. I don't understand. He said I had never felt a piece of being cute. I had never heard compliments throughout my childhood. I never got any attention from the ladies. Is it safe to say that you made up for that? Since that Coca-Cola
I was just about to say, since the Coca-Cola commercial, nigga, you've been on the high of the hill, nigga. You can shut that shit
Yeah,
up.
but that still don't stop him from thinking about.
Then this nigga was the MTV DJ. He was literally the most famous DJ or VJ on MTV for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I just think that,
Like,
first off, just understand this, the entertainment game is real. You will have a motherfucking PR person that says, we need to do a piece on you that makes you seem more human, right? Do you have a story about your past that may engender the audience to you? Yeah, you know, back in the day, I wasn't cool with being dark because, but I'm sure that motherfucker, yeah.
Man, that was a good reaction right there, man. It was fast and everything.
nigga, stop.
There's a Delta variant in there.
Don't play that
Y'all the
thing.
Delta variant. You lost your damn mind, dude. I ain't been sitting literally 30-something years.
Oh, man.
That's what I did. You do that, nigga, we can go get some food then. You ain't gonna sit there with your mask on, nigga. I'm hungry. There's some Indian shit popping out, nigga. Who wanna be up? I'm about to go get some Jamaican chicken, nigga.
I'm just saying, man, you scaring the nigga, man.
Hey, nigga, speak on Jamaican chicken time.
And next time sneeze in the bottle. Capture the shit, nigga, just.
I did capture it, nigga. I didn't sneeze out in the open. I didn't sneeze out in the open.
That motherfucker,
I sneezed in my hand.
that green screen is infected, nigga.
No, it's not.
Anyway, we're about to wrap it up.
They can't even hear you.
We finna get the fuck out of here. I had R. Kelly, I had a whole bunch of topics. We finna get
R.
the
Kelly
fuck
still
out of this enclosed space. Somebody said I'm suing y'all. Hey, anyway,
They put their mask on.
don't forget to support all of the products we put in front of you today. Please do that.
God.
And guess what? The month of August is winding down. Listen, the Masterclass will be upon us sooner than later. I suggest you sign up right now. Alright, 700 people in here, let's get 7 people to sign up. 1 for every 100 people that are in here. Can I get you guys to sign up? Go to cometomesus.com. Sign up today. Let's get 7 sign-ups for today. I'd appreciate it. And for everybody that has hit the like button, everybody that super chatted, we appreciate it. Hey, as a matter of fact, can y'all hit Sarah's Cash App and show her love for such a good show? We weathered the, Sarah, we recorded this, right? So we're gonna upload the uninterrupted version, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're good. So this was a good show. I need you guys to support us. Thank you for locking in. And Timmy Taita,
Yes, sir.
Wisdom Tooth.
WeedJuice.com.
There you go. How do they get you, man?
WeedJuice.com. Make sure.
Kev, how do they get you?
RealNuggets.com or YouTube channel Real Nuggets or Patreon if you want to learn the law and change your status. Patreon.com/RealNuggets.
And guess what? Me and Grady, we about to shoot episode 1 of No Class. So if y'all want to fuck around and play around, if you want to, we about to shoot episode 1 of No Class, and No Class is only going to be on Patreon. Sarah, Also go to cometomesas.com. Show your love. Hit the Cash App, Zowhat, Netter, or hit the Super Chat here. But support the channel. It's important. This is how the channel survives. We appreciate everybody that can break away with the twos and views. Thanks again, and we'll holla at y'all later this week. So we'll